Grab your pen and paper, folks, because I'm about to give you some free, cheap, and fun things to do in Charleston, South Carolina. But before we get into the video, do me a favor and make sure you subscribe to this channel if you find it informative, and also hit that like button and turn on notifications so you don't miss any of our new videos. Thanks for watching, and let's get into it. The first on our list is going to be Lodi Coffee. Lodi Coffee is located in Mount Pleasant, South Carolina, which is about a 10-minute drive from Charleston, so not far at all. They make over 21 uniquely flavored lattes, including salted caramel, hazelnut, and lavender. They also have an extensive matcha menu that includes flavors like pina colada and peaches and cream matcha. The thing I like about Lodi is that they create beverages with quality all-natural ingredients that not only sound amazing, but taste amazing. Truth be told, this is some of the best coffee I've had in a long time, and I highly recommend them, and I can't even wait to go back myself. Both the caramel frap and the mocha frap are a 10 out of 10. Next up on our list, we have the Arthur Ravenel Jr. Bridge. The Arthur Ravenel Jr. Bridge is a cable-stayed bridge over the Cooper River in South Carolina. It connects downtown Charleston to Mount Pleasant. The bridge spans 1,546 feet and is the third largest among cable-stayed bridges in the Western Hemisphere. Next up on my list is the Charleston architecture. There are over 2,500 historical buildings in the Charleston area, and you'll find 8 distinct architectural styles throughout the Lowcountry. These styles include colonial, Georgian, federal, classic revival, Gothic revival, Italianate, Victorian, and Art Deco. You can also check out Charleston's historic district, which is not to be confused with downtown Charleston. The historic district is everything south of Calhoun Street, but also includes areas further north between Meeting Street and King Street. The Charleston Historic District was declared a National Historic Landmark in 1960 and has an unparalleled collection of 18th and 19th century architecture. If the weather is hot, as it does get in South Carolina, I recommend driving through the area, but if not, I recommend parking at the metered parking and walking the area. Next up are the stunning fountains that can be found all throughout Charleston. These fountains can be found at Allen Park, at the Belmead Charleston Place Hotel, the College of Charleston, and the two most famous in Charleston, the Pineapple Fountain, which is in the Waterfront Park, and the Waterfront Park Fountain. Next up, we have the Old Exchange and Provost Dungeon. This historic building at East Bay and Broad Streets in Charleston was built between 1767 and 1771. It has been used as a prisoner of war facility by the British forces during the American Revolutionary War, amongst other things. Next, you can take a step back in time and enjoy Charleston's beautiful cobblestone roads. Some people believe that these old stones were used as ballast on ships arriving from England, and that they were later discarded to make space for cargo that was returning to England. That cobblestone road is actually going to get us to our next destination, which is the Joe Riley Waterfront Park. Joe Riley Waterfront Park is an 8-acre park that is approximately 1/2 mile of the Cooper River in Charleston, South Carolina. The park is free to enter and is composed of several distinct sections. There's this beautiful tree-lined walking path under a canopy of mature live oaks. On those sweltering days in South Carolina, this is the perfect place to get some reprieve from the sun. There's also the walking path along the Cooper River where you can enjoy the breeze from the water. This tree-lined path actually leads us to our number 8 activity, which is the City Gallery located inside of Joe Riley Waterfront Park. The gallery displays contemporary art from local, regional, national, and international artists. And the good thing about the gallery is that it is totally free. Also located inside of Joe Riley Waterfront Park is the Pineapple Fountain. The Pineapple Fountain is a bronze cast fountain that's located in the center of the park. It's the most famous fountain in Charleston, South Carolina, and a great place for taking photos for Instagram or videos for your YouTube channel. On the northern end of the park, you'll find the main pier. The main pier has 6 swinging Charleston chairs large enough to hold an entire family. This is where you'll also get the most amazing views of the Cooper River. You'll get to see the marshes, cruise liners in the water at the dock, people enjoying the day on speedboats, and large barges coming through with stacks and stacks of shipping containers. Before we continue on, can you do me a quick favor? If you find this video helpful and informative, go ahead and hit the like button below. I'd love for you to also subscribe to my channel if you want to keep discovering amazing travel experiences. Be sure to hit the subscribe button and ring the notification bell to join my travel community for exciting adventures. I'm trying to hit 2,000 subscribers, and your support means everything to me. Next on the list of things to do are the water taxis. They're great for sightseeing and to possibly spot some dolphins up close. You can take the water taxis, which are the smaller boats, or the ferry, which is the larger boat. The cost for the all-day passes are $14 for adults and $12 for children ages 4 to 11. Kids under 3 ride free. The all-day passes allow you to hop on and off. There are 4 different locations where you can get on and off. You can also opt to get the one-way pass. This pass allows you to get on at one stop and off at one of the 4 stops, and costs $10 for ages 3 and up. Another interesting thing to do and see are the bronze castings of the historic maps of Charleston. Charleston, South Carolina was founded in 1670 as Charlestown Landing in honor of King Charles II. This park, before becoming what it is today, was a long parcel of land that was the center of local maritime traffic traveling in and out of Charleston Harbor. After the Civil War, it experienced a long period of decline as new shipping hubs opened up along the East Coast. By the 1980s, the area was an overgrown, weed-ridden patch of downtown land that was marred with gravel parking lots and charred pilings of buildings that once stood long ago. Today, this area is considered the gem of Charleston and a highly visited area for tourists. Next up, we have this splash fountain that can be found within the waterfront park, located off Concord Street. Both children and adults can splash in its waters during the hot summers for free. After spending the day in the park, you can head over to Rodney Scott's Whole Hog Barbecue. It's a barbecue restaurant specializing in pulled pork barbecue cooked over a southern barbecue pit. Rodney Scott's is a fast casual restaurant that cooks hogs as the name suggests. As the name suggests, the entire hog with the skin still on is slow cooked over wood coals until perfectly tender. It's served up in a variety of pulled pork dishes. The restaurant also serves sausages, ribs, chicken, and southern sides. I will link to our restaurant review here for more details on the food. If you're in the mood for something other than barbecue, Charleston is also famous for its fresh-caught seafood. One of our favorite seafood restaurants in Charleston is Page's Okra Grill. The restaurant is located in Mount Pleasant, South Carolina. Mount Pleasant is about a 15-minute drive from downtown Charleston, so very easy to get to. Page's Okra Grill combines simple Southern cuisine with the casual elements of traditional coastal food. They use fresh, seasonal, local ingredients in dishes sourced from local farms and seafood suppliers whenever they can. The Charleston's Best Seafood Platter and Low Country Crab Cakes are amongst their top sellers. Next up are the Charleston beaches. South Carolina boasts some of the best beaches in the country, with at least 10 located in Charleston. Amongst the 10 best beaches in Charleston that are easy to access include Isle of Palms, Folly Beach, and Ediston Beach. Metered and non-metered parking can be found along the streets outside of the beach entrances, or you can pay a parking convenience fee of around $10. Some of the beaches have public restrooms and some don't, so keep that in mind. My favorite and easiest to access from the hotel we usually book, which I'll link here, is Isle of Palms. The drive from the hotel is about 10 minutes, and to park at the parking lot in Isle of Palms is $10. Don't forget to give this video a like and make sure you subscribe to my channel if you want to see more videos like this.